All right. So, been through some pretty difficult topics. Really not pleasant. Not pleasant for me to talk about. I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff, but it has to be talked about if we are to overcome it. But this is a little bit more lighthearted uh, and hopeful message to this video, and it is about the fear of attention and how it develops in a narc abuse survivor or a narc victim, however you want to phrase that, how it develops and how you can overcome it. And this is also the fear of attention, also the social anxiety, fear of socializing. Um, so what the narc does, um, if you're, I'm going to take the example. If you're a child of a narcissist, in your childhood, the narcissist um, exposes your flaws, so-called flaws. I mean, a lot of them are just invented. Takes some aspect of your personality, and just blows it up into this gigantic, horrible, really abnormally just mountain of a problem, and makes you so ashamed of it, whatever it is, you know. And like I said, could be even just invented some quality, and it could be a projection of their insecurities. Frequently is, if it's a parent, or even if it's not, of their insecurities onto you. So it could be it's not even really your flaw; it's a projected flaw that you take on as part of your identity, because of some insecurity in their character about themselves or about something in their history. Um, so what ends up happening is they make you afraid of attention, afraid of exposure. This can manifest as fear of attention, fear of success, fear of fame, fear of social anxiety, fear of other people. And every time a moment comes up where there's some sort of attention on you, even if it's positive, sometimes especially if it's positive, because the programming is set in place by the narcissist to prevent you from seeking attention so that the attention will go to them and not you. So they're programming you to fear attention, to avoid attention, to shut down whenever attention arises, to be ashamed of yourself, and this is all to stay under their grips and their control. And instead of having a normal, healthy relationship with somebody, you go into this false bravado, false self thing that they do, and they would like you to do also. So there's a moment, when some attention seems to be coming at you, even if it's positive, even if it's somebody trying to help you in a really genuine way. It can feel like a threat because you've been so programmed to be afraid of any kind of exposure into your true self, and to hide exposure into your true self, to hide other people seeing it, through this false bravado, false self, which keeps you stuck in this cycle of abuse. But there's a really good side to this. If in that moment when you feel like you want to shut down and go inward and go close yourself off or be alone, social anxiety, you want to go hide in my room and just be away from everybody. If in that moment you can instead take the leap of faith of allowing others to see who you are, to be exposed to others, then they can see what's going on in you, they can see the real you, and they can help you out of this false self through this genuine help, through genuine friendship. But it takes this leap of faith to say, okay, this time I'm not going to just go inward, shut down mode, introvert, shut down. I'm going to allow myself to be, my true self to be exposed. Not to the narcissist. So you do have to be careful not to allow yourself to be exposed to narcissists. Always just shut down. Always go into shutdown. Always close yourself off to narcissists. But if you can tell that somebody is not a narcissist, there is no harm in allowing your true self to come out and be seen by them. And it could be the very thing, the very impetus by which you could be lifted out of this false self and enter into a genuine connection with your genuine self to somebody else's genuine self. As the Tao Te Ching says, a relationship formed on the basis of the Tao, meaning it's honest from the start. This is my true self, this is your true self, and we're meeting on that level. And it can feel like a threat, it can feel like exposure, but it's better to simply take the leap and expose yourself and expose your true self to the other, rather than shutting down and remaining in the prison of the false self as conditioned by the narcissist.